So what Biggie Smalls song is your walk-up song?
I don't know. See,
you gotta let me know because I'm gonna edit it in. All right, here we go.
Hey guys, Chris Baker here from Team Westside Discs and Skybree Discs. Got my good friend Jeff Fletcher with me here. We made a little long weekend road trip to Emporia back in March and played a lot of disc golf, didn't we?
A lot.
So we did get a chance to play the Emporia Country Club while we were there. Got a cart, had the course basically to ourselves, which was sweet. So we're going to do a little bit of a Ddo Preview here. You can see how normal people play this course. So we got a hole one here, 1,000 feet. They're playing a longer pin, I think, for DDO, but we played this 1,093 pin. So what'd you think when you stepped up to this hole, Jeff?
I thought it was even longer than it
From
looks.
Elletchville, Indiana.
Even longer than it looks on coverage.
Jeffrey Fletcher.
So what are you throwing here?
Raider. I found a new love for the Raider while we were out there too.
Yeah, you're bombing it. So a lot of the big pros decide they're going to go over the road here, so you decided to do the same thing?
I did the one thing I told myself not to do and went directly over the road. Luckily, it got back there.
You're in bounds.
Somehow it skipped back in and did not
From
hit a
Bloomington,
car.
Indiana.
Even though it went right over the car.
Chris Baker.
I stabled up a little bit. I've got a Biofusion Enforcer, just wanting to finish left in the fairway. Just throw it high and finish left. This was almost identical to all the shots I threw at GBO in 2019 off the first tee here in my 3 rounds. So happy to be in the middle.
That's more of where I wanted to be, but
look, you got an open shot, not in the road.
nope. Plenty of room.
Good second shot. So we're about halfway there now.
Maybe about where the pros put it off the tee.
Yeah. I am throwing uphill, so I'm throwing my Hybrid X Dynamic Disc Trespass. Try to get a little distance and just make it to the top of the hill here.
You threw the trespass a lot over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll throw the same Raider.
You'll see a lot of this red disc.
A lot of
on
this red
course.
disc. A lot of this red disc.
All right. Laying 3
Good ball.
with an upshot.
I'm happy with it.
I am throwing 3 here, probably about 320 or 330 out. I have my Lucid Sergeant trying to throw a high hyzer and just get caught up in the last tree there.
Just barely.
Yep. It's your upshot disc of choice.
That looks like my EMAC Truth. Or no, that's the harp.
The harp.
That's the harp. So.
Hybrid harp.
Yeah.
A little bit short of circle
I
1.
left it short. So then we have this for par, I think.
Got it up there. Close.
Good stick.
Yep.
I will take my 6 on a 1,000-foot par 5 and be happy.
I decided I wanted to run this, so I was putting with the prototype EMAC Judge because I was hitting a lot of putts that weekend with it, so I thought I could get that one. But went a little long. Got a Circle's Edge comebacker now, which you don't really want after being pretty close after 4 shots. And I was lucky to hit that flag.
That
on
saved
the
you a
top.
little bit, yeah.
May have been a 7 or an 8 after that. So we both took our 6s and we will move on.
We will move on.
Hole 2, really long uphill hole, 730. Got the golf fairways OB on the left. Usually they've got some OB lines on the right, but nothing really marked right now. But you got to get up and over the hill and then past these 2 last trees. What line were you looking at here off the tee?
Kind of just a put it out left and kind of let it turn over a little bit, let it flex a little bit, and it didn't come back that great, really.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit out to the open there. Short.
I'm kind of looking at the same line, throwing at the time my most overstable trespass, and just hoping it'll kind of fight back. We really didn't have a lot of wind this day, right? It was fairly calm.
This was one of the least windy rounds that we had all weekend, I think.
Yeah, it was maybe 5 to 10, which is very unlike Emporia.
Mm-hmm.
The next couple days we had 10 to 20. We played I played a tournament, the Monkey Island Open, on Sunday, a couple days after this, and it was like sustained 20 to 25, and that was at Peter Pan Park.
And I'll just keep it right in the middle. That's
Yeah. Pretty much out of position. Don't, from here, really have no chance to get to the basket. Turning over less stable trespass there. What do you think? You're about 280?
probably, yeah.
Was that your Explorer?
That was my Explorer. And I'll
Okay.
hit the tree.
Caught up in the tree. Yeah, those last trees do a pretty good job. I think I'm maybe 240 or so. So I'm going to try to throw a forehand around the left side to avoid the trees. And I was a little worried that that was not going to make it back to the inbounds. I was going to stay OB left.
It's just kind of
Good
a
up.
layup. Take my bogey and move on.
Yep, I went long. So I've got a comebacker now for a par. Just do not connect. Bogey 5 on this one. I think I may afford it one time during GBO 2019. Hole 3, downhill, but you gotta hit a couple gaps off the tee here. Par 3, but 489. Probably plays still over 400, even though it's downhill. So there's a forehand line on the left. Hyzer back on the right, or you can try to pipe it straight down the middle.
I can't remember what I did here. We'll have to see what I did here. I think I went Hyzer line.
Yeah, I decided to go hyzer line also. I never actually played this play in the tournament when I played it, but I had this somewhat overstable trespass and put it out right and hoped that it would skip back in, and it actually did. Actually got a
Good
good
skip.
shot out of it.
Good. Pretty good.
And no headwind. I wasn't too afraid to do that.
This is a more overstable Raider.
Yeah, that's smart.
And I
Stayed
skipped
in.
back in too. Maybe a little
You're in.
shorter than you. A lot shorter.
So what are you throwing for upshot here?
This is my Explorer again as well.
You're probably 270 out, maybe somewhere around there. Pretty good shot.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at it.
I don't think I ever got this close during my tournament play here, so I was happy to have kind of a jump putt layup.
That was a big skip.
Yeah, I remember
Good
throwing
up.
I remember throwing a shot like that into a really strong headwind with a harp during the tournament, and pulled it right and went over the path right out of bounds. So pretty happy to get close there in 2.
That was one of my easier looks for par out here, and blew it.
Good putt.
I'll take
Good
a par
par.
on that
Good
hole.
par.
So moving on to hole 4. Hole 4 is downhill, 423, so it plays a little bit shorter. During the tournament, the green, or the fairway OB, short grass is OB right, and then you got the path OB left. This is one of my favorite holes on the course, just because it's really open and fun to throw downhill. So I'm just throwing the same trespass again. I needed to put it a little bit higher to get the distance, so I just came up a little short there.
And here we have Red Raider again. Lots of it. Left it too high, released it a little early.
Yeah, just a little nose up. Didn't quite get over on it like you were.
Mm-mm.
We're also kind of fighting the ball golfers, so technically we didn't have the course to ourselves. We did as disc golfers, but we're trying to dodge ball golf drives for most of the front nine.
Circle's edge.
We've got about a 50-foot putt here. Not quite. Yeah. What is this, like 23, 25 maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Just inside the circle, probably.
Yeah, Jeff.
Good
Great
putt.
par.
Save a par. One of my few pars on the course for the day.
Good par.
Take a par as well. Hole 5 is really challenging. One of the harder holes on the course. You got to land in this tight fairway. You got trees blocking the way, and the basket tucked around as it gets skinnier up here. I just had a hard time getting in bounds off the tee on this hole. I was out a couple times during my tournament rounds, and I'm throwing a Lucid X trespass here. I probably should have stabled up more because this just never really came out of it. I got over on it though. It's not a real great pull.
I left it a little wide, but I feel like it comes back in, maybe? I don't remember.
I think we both went out.
Yeah, we both went out.
Playing this differently, what would you throw off the tee here?
I might throw an Explorer just for the angle more than anything, for the control more than anything.
Just stay left and stay in bounds.
Yep.
A good second shot there. You're in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Just keep it in the middle.
I stable up to an enforcer here, and knowing that it should get back left, and it does.
That's a good shot, though.
Yep. I'm laying 3 with the penalty stroke now, and so are you.
Yep.
This is a pretty tough. You have to pick a side here.
Make a decision.
Highs or backhand.
No forehand. I'm going backhand to the right. I think I hit a limb there and
Stayed in
short.
though.
Yeah.
I thought I got to get around it, so I'm throwing a West Side Audi, really overstable fairway driver, and thought it was good. I was like, oh, I'm gonna skip off and inbound, and it just never made it back in. So now I'm OB for the second time on this hole.
This hole is tricky as far as staying in bounds. One of the few forehand flicks you'll see with the harp.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah.
Nice touch.
Let's get out of here with it.
I'm throwing my anvil just to make sure I get back in bounds finally here. I do.
Good putt.
We'll come back or putt. I think that was like a 7. What was that for you? Like a 6.
That might have been a 6 for me as well. I can't remember. But
Hole 6, uphill. You've got this bunker on the right. There used to be a tree on the left, but it's actually gone now. It was there when I played in 2019, but it's not there now. It doesn't really change my shot. Just trying to mash uphill. It plays pretty long.
it definitely played a lot longer than it.
Yeah, I mean, it says 343. It probably plays closer to 400.
Little early release, a little high. Came out early.
Throwing that trespass again, trying to get some distance with it. Get some nice turn, just don't quite get it high enough to get up there. It's crazy to think that the touring pros there are just throwing like dart spike hyzers at it
and just parking it
right under there, forehand or backhand.
Yeah.
Shot.
Yeah, well, it's a circle. You can see the stump where the tree used to be there. So I might have been a little bit blocked off over this far left before.
Good effort though there.
Yeah, just get it close. Take my par here. Move on.
Putt.
Another par.
Another
par.
par.
Couple pars.
I'm happy with pars out here.
Both those little bees out of the way.
Yeah.
Hole 7, you've got this little window gap to hit off the tee through a couple trees, and then all this fairway on the right, OB, path left, OB, kind of goes downhill and then comes back up to the basket. Really just worried about hitting the gap off the tees, kind of the main thing at first. What are you throwing to get through the gap?
This is Vandal here.
Okay.
This is a Vandal here. I just wanted to make the gap.
Inbounds.
Wasn't worried about too much other than just getting through those trees.
I think I nicked that tree. Kind of fell down there, but I was in bounds. Still got a long way to go. I mean, this is a long
Forever to
hole.
go still. I didn't make it very far off the tee, but it was clean. Now we're going back to Raider. I didn't really get over on it too much. Enough, really.
I found usually if you can get to that bend in the tree branch, you can have a pretty decent upshot. I'm kind of thinking hyzer over the OB is my way to get down somewhere close. And
But
I
it gets
actually
in.
got back in bounds.
Yeah.
But if that flips up at all, it might not make it back in. I'm looking at probably a little forehand upshot here.
There's your anvil again.
Yep.
Forehand anvil.
Yep, that's my upshot disc. My
Yep.
upshot of choice. I guess we must have missed your upshot here.
I think so, because there's no way I'm looking at birdie
Yeah,
here.
you're putting for 4 from about
Yeah.
45 or 50. Not a bad round.
Yeah.
And I am looking at 4 also from about 25 or so. Got a good. I'm happy to par that. It's a tough hole.
Yeah.
Hole 8 is a beast. Hole 8, tight here off the tee. You got OB, tall grass left, and eventually water left, and this path on the right is OB. This hole eats people up. Even the big pros, well, I've seen 7s, 8s, and 9s on this hole. The short basket is the FPO basket, and then that long basket here is the men's basket. So I am throwing my enforcer just out wide right and try to get back in bounds. The miss here is if you go OB left so you can move up to where it went OB. So I wasn't too worried. I was like, don't skip too much. And that is the best drive I've ever thrown in that hole.
Right in the middle.
Yep.
This was one of my favorite holes on the course.
That's
One of them.
That's surprising.
It's surprising. I didn't play this hole very bad. I played this hole pretty decent, if
Yeah.
I remember correctly.
Inbounds off the
Yep.
tee.
Inbounds
I
off
saw
the
a lot
tee.
of the pros during tournaments put it right about where you put it, just threw a fairway driver to like right there and gave themselves a chance on the second shot. Didn't go OB off the tee.
And then I flirt with the OB a little bit, and
Wow.
it's going to come back in.
Inbounds. 2 for 2.
So I'm pretty happy where I'm at right now. So I'm gonna take this enforcer again and just kind of force it over and keep it over OB for a while and hope it fades back in. But I kind of yank it and catch these branches and it does not get back in bounds. And I'm
Nope.
not happy about it.
Nope.
After that drive. So now I'm laying 3 and try to do it again. I do get back in bounds.
Now
down
when you
by
get
the
back in.
trees.
Got back in.
So this is my third shot.
Yep. But you can see the basket.
But I can see the basket. I'm not horribly mad at it, but this is kind of where I mess up a little bit after 2 decent shots. Well, maybe it's the next one, I guess. This one
That one got
comes
back in. Yeah.
Should be in.
I actually walked up with 2 red discs, and I thought I went to your disc first. I was trying to throw for it, and I realized that.
I don't remember that.
So I'm throwing a mid-range here. That's my compass, and once again, little branch nick, and don't get up there.
Yeah.
So I think that was 5 for me with the OB.
This is where I kind of mess up a little bit because I'm laying 3,
Yeah,
and
this
I'm
is your
pretty
4th.
excited for where I'm at on a par 5. This is another Explorer here,
Yeah.
and I just let it go early.
Got a little left.
Got a little left.
Yep.
It stayed in bounds, but it
Yep.
kind of pinched me a little bit.
So I'm throwing 6. I'm not sure why I threw it so far.
Good up.
It looked okay, but I went a little
Par.
deep.
Yeah, this is for 5. For par.
So you got a long chance at a par on this 990-foot hole.
Long look. Not a great run. Not a great effort.
Yeah, not bad for this hole.
But
Ooh.
It's
and
good
I'll sneak it in.
6.
The hole loves you, Jeff.
But for the first 2 par 5s, I'll take 6s on both of them.
Sure.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I've got a tester comebacker here for 7, and it chains out, and I take the snowman.
Snowman.
Yep, that hole will get you. I think during GBO 2019, I think I went 5, 8, 9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Hole 9 is also super challenging because you have to get out of this gap. It's probably like the only tunnel on this course, but you have to get out to a very tight fairway and then up and around. This is the par 4 position at 651, but they actually moved the basket back into the woods, made it a par 5, which I think is a little more fair and a little more fun.
This-
2 par 5s in a row.
This hole ate me up, though.
So you have to make it across this ditch
And
and get in bounds
I did not.
to be in.
I
Yeah.
am in the... I think I might be
So
in
you'll
the ditch.
Proceed to the drop zone. I'm throwing a brand new Lucid Vandal, just hoping to get a little bit of a ride to the right. And it was pretty perfect.
That was a really good throw, I thought.
Just center cut down there, one of the better
That
throws you can throw.
That is so good.
And this is me getting my OB disc.
Thanks.
So I clearly did not make it anywhere close to
How you doing
over.
down there, Jeffrey?
This hole ate me up here. And here I am on the drop zone. Throw an Explorer here. And I'm gonna put it OB again.
Yeah, a little right.
It never came over. I never let it come back over.
So from my drive, I'm going to throw a big turnover. I've got the same disc, that Vandal again. I'm just hoping to stay in bounds and get up and have an upshot. Hoping not to hit any of those trees, which I managed to do. It kind of cut rolls out
Cut rolled a little
but
bit.
I'm in bounds and I have an upshot looking at a 4.
I'm going to throw a big Vandal turnover as well here. I think that's a Vandal in my hand.
Yeah, that's your light one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
About did what I did.
Yeah. From where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Throwing harp.
Harp again.
Yep.
Harp again.
Getting really good with that disc.
Woo!
It's my go-to
Nice shot.
upshot.
Same for me. Got the SE Anvil, little flex forehand, little skip.
There you go. Perfect.
Great up.
Pretty close.
You played this par 5 really well.
Yeah, I'm laying 3 right now, which is amazing for this hole.
So
Bye, Jeff.
I don't remember what that was for me, but that was 2 OBs and
Yeah, I think 7 or 8.
yeah, probably.
I will
Good
definitely
putt.
take a 4 on this
Good
hole.
birdie.
Birdie.
My first birdie of the round. Hole 10. This hole's been aced quite a few times on film at GBO and DDO. Downhill, so it plays a little shorter than 391, but you've got this, it's blind. You've got the blind OB at the bottom down on the right, and then OB short grass left during the tournament. I'm just sticking with this Vandal. Just going to try to start it left and let it work right. I do not get it left enough off the tee, and it hits that tree. Fortunately,
Good
kicks
kick,
back in
though.
bounds.
Yeah, good kick. I'll throw the Raider again. At least if I miss, I'm missing to the left where I can stay safe. I left it short and...
Oh, no!
Did it kick off the tree?
Yeah.
Or just came up short?
No, it kicked off the tree. I think this was OB,
Yeah. So that's your OB shot.
That, I think, came back in.
I think you're in.
Yeah.
It's interesting to watch all this because after so long after playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's much better.
It's been about a month here. I'm looking at a forehand here to try to stay away from the OB. So that's my Opto-X Explorer. I'm not throwing it very hard, but I'm throwing it on a hyzer. And it worked out pretty well.
That's a great out.
Great throw.
Not a good effort there.
So like an OB5 there.
Probably, I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
Putting for 3 here.
3.
Happy with that. Hole 11, another pretty tough hole, especially when it's windy. Uphill, 400 feet. OB all along the left side with the path. The golf green up on the right is also OB during the tournament. Just you don't want to flirt too much with the left side with the path, so it's hard to know quite what you want to throw when you don't have 450 foot of power. I am throwing a trespass, kind of a middle trespass. It pushes really straight. I wasn't afraid of the path at all, was I? I fortunately did not go on the green.
Am I on the green? Yeah.
What are you throwing here? Is that,
This is the Raider again.
I think that might be the trespass.
No, this is the trespass. You're right. I went back to the trespass, which I hadn't thrown all weekend, really.
Just because you thought more flip.
Yeah,
stay
because
away
I
from
didn't
the
want
path.
to get. I didn't want to get over to the path, and I did that.
Yeah, that was a good pull.
I hadn't thrown that much
Inbounds.
all weekend because of wind. And then we'll go harp, and if I remember correctly, I just don't throw it.
Yeah, just leaked a little left there. I think you got on grass, but then you kind of curled out.
I think you're right.
I've got my standard little forehand flick while holding the camera.
Fancy.
So you're putting OB4 here.
I think so.
Mm.
I can't
Good run.
remember. I can't remember. I thought.
Yeah, I
I think that did go OB.
Or OB3.
Yeah.
There's for my par, and I think you're tapping in for a 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hole 12. OB all down the right side, tall grass, and you've got this one guardian tree in the way that kind of makes it hard to throw the line. You got to either stay inside of it or throw wide outside of it. Another play, and I did this during a tournament round, was a hyzer out over all the OB right and try to cut back in. You can kind of see the window there in front of me, but I decided not to do that today. I'm going to try to shape this Vandal, just kind of throw it at the green tree and hope to hit the right line. I thought I was, but then didn't quite hold that turn.
Got right behind the tree, didn't you?
Yeah, I just kind of rolled out under it.
Right in.
Is that
That's the trespass again,
Hoping to
because I
get more
wanted a
turn.
little bit of turn on it, and
Kind of.
kind of hyzered out though, but it's safe.
See? I think that's
Safe.
shot all weekend.
So what's your upshot?
This
here?
is going to be a keystone here because I wanted more turn on it, and
So nice.
Not
I
bad.
think that was pretty decent there.
Warehouse putt. Yep.
I've got a low ceiling, kneeling, straddle putt. Gave it a pretty decent run.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeffrey!
right.
There goes the par putt.
Best part about this round though is we're riding in a cart the whole time. We're like
That's the best part.
pretty comfortable, and at that point we played 4 or 5 rounds over the last 2 days.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
hole 13, pretty straightforward, just coming uphill a little bit. You got this path OB right. 394 uphill is just probably a little bit out of our range to get the 2. I think the closest I've ever gotten is maybe 40 or 50 feet for a putt on this hole. I'm going to throw that Lucid X trespass again, just making sure that I don't go over the path right. I think I kind of... I was never in jeopardy.
No, that was a good one. Good skip too. All right, now we'll go back to Raider.
Yeah, that makes sense here with the OB right.
Quite a bit shorter, but still a good chance to up and down.
Yep.
This is actually a verdict that I was throwing. One of your verdicts.
Yeah, right on my
You
bag.
got me turned on to the verdicts
Good
over
shot.
the weekend, which now
Very
I bagged
nice.
2 of them.
Yeah. Good for up shots, powered down up shots. That was... Don't know what I threw up back in there. Maybe that EMAC judge.
Looked like it.
Now I'm punting with it. Just
Nailed it.
really snuck it over for the par.
There we go.
Try to do
Yep.
it again.
Now I'll take a par.
Good par.
Good par.
Hole 14 is the famous Simon roller that went down pin deep, 750 feet. We're just trying to get down here to give ourselves a chance at a second shot. Path left is OB, and that fence right is OB. This hole plays really long.
It did play really
It
long.
didn't seem that long, but when you just keep walking and throwing and walking and throwing, it's
Yeah,
I guess right.
it adds up.
Yeah. I'm trying to throw a roller just for fun, and I'm not good at throwing backhand rollers. It does roll.
A little thrower.
Yeah. What gap are you looking at?
I think, if I remember correct, I'm going that more middle or the right gap there.
Oh,
That one?
Yeah, that's exactly how you draw it up, right?
Well, the good news is you got plenty of room.
Lots of room, all day.
Yeah.
That one I feel better about. That was a better throw.
Yeah, that was a great throw.
Still forever to go, though.
Yep. I'm throwing the Enforcer just because I know I can throw it out wide and trust it to come back.
It's a good throw, though.
Yep.
Yep.
Happy with that.
Same disc, still forever away. Too high, I think. I think I might have caught some tree on that. I can't remember.
Yeah, I kind of got kicked down.
Yeah.
You're a little bit blocked off here. What's that?
That's a truth there.
Well,
EMAC truth.
Great job.
Yeah.
worked out. I'm always happy when I'm close enough to throw this little forehand with the anvil.
It's kind of your go-to, the forehand flick with the anvil.
Yep. Like that.
This might be my bogey putt here.
Yep.
But
Good
I'll
putt though.
take it.
One was starting to pick up just a little
Yeah,
bit.
Towards the back of the
Mm-hmm.
back 9 there, it was starting to pick up a little bit.
super happy with the par on that hole.
Yeah.
Hole 15 actually plays like an island. This kind of triangle shape up here, diamond shape, plays as an island, so you have to make it on that off the tee. But it is long, 438 par 3. You got to really smoke one to get in this putting area and have a look at it. I have my Trespass Hybrid X, just trying to get some distance but still get that fade and get back in bounds.
This, I think, was pretty good, too, I feel like.
I got out over the OB and then kind of snuck in there.
Maybe a long look, I think.
Yep.
Crushed.
Or crushed, apparently.
I mean, crush for me is like 390, so I'll take a 40-foot putt, 50-foot putt. Oh,
I just
almost.
I didn't get over on it enough.
So, thrown from the drop zone.
And there's that verdict again that you were letting me throw.
Shot.
And I love it.
Good disc.
I now have 2.
Yep, so I've got about a 45, 50-footer for birdie here. And totally seal it. That was so terrible. Probably my worst putt of the day.
That was the wind that was picking up
No,
a
that
little
was just
bit.
me getting it nose up.
I did about the same thing. I just got too high.
That was your bogey save.
That was my bogey save.
I'm putting for par. Alright, happy to get that. Alright, moving on to the infamous hole 16 at Emporia Country Club, the island hole. Fun fact, they've built a dock now and the tee is like 30 feet closer. They actually, since here, have built a wall back behind it. They moved the basket up and left a little for the Ddo this year. So you can't just smash the back wall and have a putt. If you smash the back wall, you'll have probably like a 25-30 footer coming back at the water. So
I feel like if the new tee pad would have been there when we were there, we might have made the green.
Maybe. You got to go for it though when you come to Emporia. So I am throwing a Trespass and don't quite get over on it enough. Don't get enough distance out of it. I have made this island green one time.
Go big or go home.
This is definitely out of my range, but I'm trying anyways.
I gave you this Trespass.
This is a Trespass out
double
of the,
stamped.
The extra one.
You got to go for it.
And I feel like I put a pretty good pull on it,
go.
but
Oh, not quite.
About 40 to 50 short.
Interesting that we will see that disc again later.
Yeah. There was a golfer that was like fishing stuff out. He found us like 2 holes later. We're both jump putting from the drop zone. Like I said, that wall here is only about, what, like 10, 15 feet behind the basket.
Yeah.
So they've moved the basket up and left.
It's a saver. It's going to save me too, I think.
Yeah, I think
Good wall.
it kept you in there.
Yeah. But 4 on this hole, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, it's
I'll take
usually
it.
like a 2 or a 4 on this hole. Even playing safe, like I've seen people lay up to the right and
Still not an
it's
easy
a hard
up.
up shot. Yep. Couple 4s. Hole 17 is very tough. It's 800-foot par 4. Low ceiling off the tee, uphill, OB all along the right, this golf green. Then you have to get over some trees. Yeah, this hole is hard.
This to me was one of the harder holes on the course,
Oh, yeah.
I think.
So I have Vandal, just hoping to kind of hyzer flip and stay straight. You don't want to hyzer out left because all down the left side, that tall grass there is OB. I throw it pretty low, kind of ground it.
I don't know what was so funny there.
I think you're giving up on Trespass at this point. This might have been your last
This
throw
might have been
there.
my last Trespass throw.
It was not bad.
Oh, she wants to stay in the bag though.
That's what we're talking about.
I have my flippy Trespass here, trying to get some extra distance. I should have just played for control because I yanked it and hit tree and fell straight down.
See, you were throwing the trespass and really making a spot for it in your bag, and
Yep.
it was making its way out of my
Yeah.
bag.
Yep.
I think I even gave you one over the weekend, too.
Yeah, that yellow one, that Lucid X. That's the
Yeah.
one I've thrown a couple times.
It's a good shot.
Trespass again?
That was trespass again.
Two trespasses on this hole.
This was the only day that I could throw it, though, because this was the least amount of wind.
Yeah. So I decide, well, why not? I'll just try to go over here and make it across the golf green. Since I'm already laying too. And I throw kind of low, but I skip off the golf green.
Big skip.
Yeah.
Safe.
It's debatable whether I would be in bounds during the tournament. They have a painted line behind the golf green. It's not like right up on the golf green.
We let you have it, though.
Sure. And
Wow.
look at this shot.
Wow.
I felt
great
really
shot.
good about that.
Yeah.
I felt really good about that.
I'm shaping that Raider. I've got a little around the tree, throwing my anvil on the upshot.
And right there.
Good throw.
A little long.
Was
I
it a
got a
little
bit
long?
of a tester, I think. You're putting for par?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good effort.
I had a
Tough hole.
lot of those long par looks
Yeah, 800 foot,
on this
par
this day.
4.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
little bit
Jeff.
out of my range.
It's not bad.
And I think this is where we got the trespass back. The golfer came
Yeah.
right up to us about here.
Yeah. He was offering us to stay in his bed and breakfast. Or
His condo. His condo.
For DDO.
But we'd have to
Or-
bring an air mattress.
Yeah. Or do you know anybody?
Boom.
Like, there's going to be 1,600 people in this city extra in
Yeah.
about a month. Last hole, 18. I've got a water carry and then another water carry. And we've got out of bounds, short, and left. The drone kind of going the way that they expect people to play it. But a lot of times people will actually just play short layup to this landing zone where the drop zone short tee is. And so we decided to do that.
And here's the water trespass
Again.
And first throw back with it, and I think it goes in the water.
Sit.
Yep, it's going in the water.
Splashy
Should have just
splash.
went for it.
I'm trying to be smart and throw a forehand around the tree, try to get to the landing zone. I don't know if I have the distance to do it. Maybe if I'm a little more left. I catch the tree and I'm
Safe.
somehow stayed on dry.
You're right next to where I am OB, because I was able to fish mine out pretty easily.
So I'm just laying up to the front here with my second. That's about where you want to
There
get
you
with the drive. And now this becomes a fishing video. Look at that.
First try.
Try.
It's one of the only times I've been able to get one of those to work in the water, by the way.
So you're throwing 3 from the drop zone here. It's still about another 380 to go.
And I'm throwing that
Same
trespass again in
distance
case it
again.
goes in the water again. That
It's
one got
dry.
over there. That
Dry.
one got over there.
Barely.
This course ate me up this day, but it was well worth it.
Yeah, it's fun just to play it and see how you compare to all the pros that play it. I mean, there are pros that will shoot over here. That's my enforcer.
bad.
Just wanted to make sure I didn't get in the
wanna
water
explore?
right.
I think this is that verdict again
Oh yeah.
that you were letting me throw.
Mhm. Yeah, little force over.
That was
Force
nice.
over. Yeah.
Yep.
It does not.
I
It
don't.
does not
I don't think I
turn
can get
over.
there with a verdict.
Yeah, you talked me into that one. I remember you talked me into it
Yeah.
because I didn't think I could get there.
Yeah, I think you were gonna throw an explorer. I pretend. Oh no, I ran it.
Yeah.
I,
Good
thought I, was,
effort.
I forgot. I thought I was gonna lay up.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
I've had that putt a few times in a round, and definitely just put it under the basket. This elevated basket is rough. Sit.
At least it didn't roll away
I throw it high on an elevated basket.
like that.
So So this would be for my 5, I think. Yeah. Nope. Gotta love that.
Putt with the driver.
Putt with the enforcer.
Putt with a mini.
Putt with the mini.
It did go in.
Turbo. All right.
Nailed it.
Took my triple bogey on the last hole.
You survived. Jeff, what are your thoughts on the country club? You survived.
Exhausting,
Yeah, but we had a cart.
which was awesome. Awesome. The only thing to get through it, the cart.
Good round.
Good round.
So,
there's our scores.
Yep, here we are. 78 and an 87. You know, it's a big course and a lot of throws, but more throws equals more fun, right?
That's right. We're just getting our money's worth.
Yep. It was a great day. It was a great trip. Looking forward to watching the pros play this course the next 2 days here at DDO. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Jeff for jumping on.
Thanks, Chris.